Right, so back at it again with the Star Wars Black Series figure unboxing and reviews. Today we've got a giant unboxing from our friends at Star Action Figures, and yeah, this is definitely going to be a giant unboxing, so let's not waste any time and get into it. So if you remember back to a couple months ago to my first ever Black Series news video, I announced the comic book series, I guess you can call it, or I guess the Star Wars Ledgends series. The 4 figures in the set was the Luke Skywalker, the infamous Carno Jax figure, Bucky O'Hare, and the apprentice Darth Maul. I said I'd be getting all 4 of these figures, and luckily for me it was just in time for my birthday, so I did end up using a bit of my birthday money to get a hold of these figures, and it looks like they all came in today. So yeah, there's just a quick look at what we're dealing with here. But on to the actual madness that is the Legend series. So we'll just take them out of the box one by one and put them off to the side. Get rid of this green bubble wrap. And there we go. So in today's video, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 figures to be unboxing. So let's start with everybody's Space Rabbit Jaxxon. So this is from the Star Wars Adventures comic series. Got a look at the back of the box here, which has the timeline that we used to see on the Archive Edition figures. So this one places it in the 1991 to 2021 because it's Star Wars Legends. So there is a look. It says it stops just after or halfway through episode 3, so maybe that's the character of Jaxxon. So yeah, there is a look at the back of the box, the least interesting part of the box. Obviously we have the side, which has a nice picture of a crazed looking Jaxxon, and onto the front, which is obviously the best part, Star Wars Adventures, and this really nice illustration of Jaxxon and Lando, and some royal guards in the background, a couple of aliens on the side, and 50 Lucasfilms Limited little stamp in the corner. Also, really nice detail here is prints from the comic with Jaxxon and Lando there, and a couple others of Jaxxon on his own. Same on the top of the box and on the bottom. So no matter which way you display this, you're always going to get something cool. So onto the figure reveal. Got this nice little Velcro tab keeping it together. Oh, that was a struggle. And there we go. So on the inside we have a picture of Jaxxon with Dengar, a bit of a blurb about Jaxxon, and then are you ready for the utter horror of the Jaxxon figure? Yep, absolutely monstrous. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking with a cartoon real space bunny. It's quite the scary figure. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's crack Jaxxon out of his case and take a look at the figure. So even though these boxes are in fact really nice, I will still be displaying these figures outside of the box. Just put that off to the side, but this is definitely a way to display with the figure in front of the box art, so that way I can still have my figure posable on a stand outside of his box and have the sweet box art in the background. But here is our first look at the terrifying Jaxxon. I kind of have mixed feelings on this. This is the first ever full set of figures I bought. I really just loved the presentation of them and just wanted to buy the whole set, but this is yes, definitely a weird figure. So let's break him out of his plastic casing. Okay, so let's start by taking a quick look at his accessories. He just comes with 2 blasters, kind of like a Han Solo style blaster. Quite plain looking, not really much detail going on there, but he, like I said, he does come with 2 of them, so you can actually dual wield them. Don't know why I put one down to pick one up when they're the exact same blaster, but there you go. So he does come with 2 of them. Right, on to the main event. It's everybody's favourite terrifying hyper-realistic bunny rabbit, Jaxxon. This is definitely, you know, weird 80s figure vibe. I mean, I would have preferred an actual cartoon bunny rabbit over this human bunny rabbit. Let's start with a quick look at the absolutely terrifying face. So we do get some buck teeth action there because he is a bunny rabbit after all. Got some tufts of fur, and yeah, this thing is just really horrifying. I mean, I do love it, but I also hate it in the exact same vein. I love it and hate it. There is a tiny bit of paint bleeding there just up on the nose whisker area. Don't know if you can see that. It looks like they've gone a bit too far with the green there and it has just smudged a bit. But yeah, there we go. The eyes and everything else is just painted to pretty much perfection. Even down to his armor. I mean, it's quite accurate to how he looks in the comic series. Got the red armor with the yellow accent and the grey little heavy armor on top with the shoulder pads and everything. It really does look great. I mean, if you look there back to the illustration, I mean, for it not being something that's been shown in a real life Star Wars sort of show, I mean, it does look really great, and this is how I imagine him looking if he was in a show like The Mandalorian. Hopefully we'll never actually have to see something this terrifying on our TV screens. So yeah, really, really well done with the paint job, and pretty plain looking other than the face. It's got some detailing on there on the shoulder. I like how they've made it look like they're actually 3D by sticking out on the pocket there. Really cool. And yeah, so that is your lot with Jaxxon. Really creepy looking. He's got his 2 holsters, forgot to mention, attached to his belt. Really cool looking, but he's just dying to get a gun in his hand, or 2. So yeah, let's hook him up with his pistols, blasters, whatever, and then we'll take a complete look at the figure. Alright, so it comes with 2 pistols, but only 1 trigger finger, which is a shame. So maybe he doesn't dual wield them all the time, but there's a look at Jaxxon with his blasters in hand. So obviously the left one is a trigger finger and it does fit in that hand a lot nicer, but the one on the right here is just a regular grip hand. But either way, it still definitely does look really cool, and yeah, super stoked to have this terrifying space bunny in my collection. Definitely going to look odd amongst the other Star Wars characters, that's for sure. Alright, moving on to the next figure. Alright, so next up we have Luke Skywalker, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his accessory weird alien fox thing, but this is from the Heir to the Empire comic book series. Got a really cool picture of Admiral Thrawn there in the background. Let's take a quick close-up look at this box, because again, all these boxes are something to be marveled at. They are all comic books / graphic novels covers, and yeah, this looks really great. We've got Luke Skywalker, a couple of ships above him, and he's got his lightsaber out. Looking all cool, definitely a really cool cover. On the side here, we've got a low poly picture of Luke Skywalker, and again, fits with the theme of the other boxes, so it's going to look really nice if you display it on its side, kind of like a book. And on the back here we have the timeline. Again, it's the exact same because it's Star Wars Legends, and that's your lot for the box, except wait, it isn't, because we've got the comic strips, that's right, going down the side. So we've got a couple pictures of Luke Skywalker training there, and him and R2. The bottom, got Luke throwing his saber. Looks like he's cutting a bunch of people in half with it. Awesome. And Luke about to battle some sort of space monster and save this helpless lady. So that is a look at the box. So let's pop it open and take a look at the figure. This time the Velcro is on the bottom. Bit strange. There we go. So we've got a bit of inside illustration. There's Admiral Thrawn and the weird space alien thing. Bit of text about both of them. Even the accessory in here has its own backstory and a bit of a blurb. So there is our Luke Skywalker. Comes with his green lightsaber and what I called in the news video a bit of roast chicken. So it kind of looks like a bit of weird off chicken. So that is a look at the figure in the box. Let's crack it open and take an out-of-box look. I know I didn't show it with the Jaxxon figure, but all these figures open from the side like that, just one slit. And then from there, you just pull the top open and slide out the plastic. So, interesting way of opening the figure. Alright, so let's start off with the accessories for the figure. So the first thing we have is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. I think this is the third one of this lightsaber I have now. Again, it's just pretty much what you'd come to expect from a Star Wars Black Series lightsaber. Some really good paint work on there, close fine detailing, and the translucent green saber end. Next up, onto the little alien pet thing. We've got 4 eyes on him, and he is just this plain kind of orangey yellow colour. Got a bit of stomach sack and there's wrinkles going throughout it, kind of gives it more depth, makes it look more realistic. But yeah, that's your look at the alien thing. Still not going to try and attempt to pronounce the name of it. Yeah, pretty cute and pretty creepy looking at the same time. And then last but not least, obviously we have Luke Skywalker. They really nailed the face here. It kind of has that Mark Hamill look, but also keeping in with the Legend series look of Luke Skywalker, which isn't all the way Mark Hamill. I think the hair really stands out on this figure. It's got really great depth. The shadowing on it and the texture makes it look feathered and light, kind of like how real hair would look. Just the way it falls onto his face and head looks really natural and lifelike, so yeah, full marks for the head scan. Moving down to the torso and body area, it's quite plain. He's wearing this vest, which is kind of like a training vest. Very similar to his Dagobah system look from the Yoda 2-pack. Got on some black boots and black pants. And that is pretty much your lot for the Heir to the Empire Luke Skywalker. It is definitely all about the face on this figure. Alright, so it is completely possible that this thing isn't supposed to sit around his neck. I just saw it in the little illustration in here where Thorne's got it around his neck, so I thought maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. And I kind of remember a promo picture of it around his neck, but it doesn't fit too well on the back. But if you get this side angle, it actually stays on there quite well. So yeah, there is a look at our Heir to the Empire Luke Skywalker. Pretty basic, but it definitely has its pick from the comic, so you can't complain. It is what it is in the comic, and yeah, simple, but simple in a good way. Alright, on to the next figure. Alright, so this next figure is anything but simple. It's the Carnor Jax figure. No, it's not. It's actually the Kree Cross figure.
Oopsie whoopsie! Ooh, we made a fucky wucky! A little fucko boingo! The code monkeys at our headquarters are working very hard to fix this!
When they release this figure, releasing it under the wrong name. So unfortunately this is not Carno Jax. This is Cross, and yeah. Essentially I assume they already printed the boxes and thought fuck it, or just leave it as it is, making this a massive oops daisy from Hasbro. But either way, the figure looks super dope, and the actual box work is really nice. If you just blank that out, there you go, perfect. So Crimson Empire, we've got the Royal Guards for Emperor Palpatine here. Really nice comic book style cover there for the figure. So look at the side, a picture of, again, not Carnor but actually Cross, and the same back as the other two figures, as this is part of the Star Wars Legends graphic novel comic book series. So we do have the same comic pictures along the sides of the box, even with our friend Cross unmasked. There's a really cool picture from the bottom, and one on the top as well, with them fighting off stormtroopers. Really cool. So let's take a look at the actual figure itself. Whoa, some hard Velcro there. And here is a look at the inside illustration. So a bit of a blurb there, and the man himself. So let's get into opening him up and taking a look at the figure. So yeah, we get this really cool double-sided staff sword, and His legs are held in the back with a bit of plastic. So yeah, let's get him out of his plastic shell and take a closer look. So obviously we're going to start with the accessory. We've got his 2 kitchen knives on the end of a pole. All jokes aside though, this thing is really badass looking, and it is definitely a unique weapon slash accessory. I don't think we've got any other character with a double-ended blade staff. So yeah, really dope. Not too much going on for detail. There's a bit of a grip on the handle. And yeah, that's your lot. Alright, so we've got Cross out of his packaging. There's a really shiny, glittery purple. Very flamboyant and loud. Really glittery. So let's start with the obligatory face reveal. Except there isn't a face reveal and you can't take the helmet off, which is a massive letdown because he goes helmetless in the comic book. So that is a shame. Would have been a really nice feature and touch. But yeah, essentially this is just like the other Royal Guard, except he doesn't have the all-over cloak. We do get to see more of the body armor, but it kind of looks a bit like the body armor that's under the original Black Series Royal Guard figure, except he's got the black underneath his body armor. He also comes with the pistol that is actually elastic banded into the holster instead of having it be an accessory on show. So if I just remove the elastic band. Okay, so that was not easy to get out of his holster, but here is his little blaster. I think this is the kind of blaster that's unique to the Emperor's Royal Guards. Really small, but very unique and cool looking. And back to our friend. Got this, like I showed, super glittery, shiny purple cape. I'm not sure why they went for such a shiny purple. I don't remember it being shown to be this shiny in the comic. Like every time a star or light source hit it, it didn't shine like this, but there you go. And it is an absolutely massive cape. It actually just comes out from the back of his mask like is normal with Royal Guards. So it does fall down kind of weird. You kind of have to fold it inwards a bit just to get it behind his massive bits of shoulder protection, but it is a nice touch and it is nice just to see the purple peeking through. Just gives the character a bit of uniqueness and helps him to stand out. So he's got the regular style body armor on for a Royal Guard, and he has one hand which looks like it will hold the staff and the other hand for the pistol. So yeah, let's get the blaster and staff in hand and we'll take a complete look at our figure. So no matter what name you give him, this is definitely a dope figure, especially with his accessories in hand. This double-ended blade staff is really cool. Again, a bit plain, but he does have the black underbody suit with this little red accents here on the thighs, and the rest is pretty much standard Royal Guard, which we've already seen in the Black Series. I've unboxed one myself, so it is pretty standard to see, but the purple cape and this really dope double-ended staff, I think I said dope enough times now, is definitely cool to see. And yeah, absolutely love this figure and fits in really well with the set. So yeah, let's get him set up with Emperor Palpatine and the other Royal Guard, and we'll have quite a cool display going on there for Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, big fan of this figure. Shame about the history and Hasbro tossing it up so bad. Alright, final figure. Alright, you know what that means? It's time for the final figure, and I have definitely been saving the best till last. Well, at least in my opinion. Maybe somebody out there will find Jaxxon to be the best figure. Who knows if you're into that sort of creepy, ultra-realistic bunny look. But this is definitely the best figure for me. This is actually my first ever Darth Maul Black Series figure. As you know, the only other Darth Maul in my figure collection is the Diamond Select Darth Maul from Disney. That's just because I wasn't a massive fan of the original Darth Maul, but I finally have a Black Series Darth Maul, and this is the Sith Apprentice look. So let's start with the front cover. Again, really awesome cover here, showing off our shirtless Darth Maul with these really cool black body accents and the double-sided red lightsaber at the bottom. Also got a nice big picture of him in the background. Big, sinister Sith eyes. Really dig that. Here's a look at the side of the box. A little illustration of Darth Maul. Darth Maul, Sith Apprentice. Same back of the box as the others. So we've got some really cool illustrations along the side. Darth Maul, Darth Maul, Darth Maul, Darth Maul. Of course, really like that hooded one at the bottom. Got Darth Maul looking like he's choking somebody down there. and a nice close-up of Maul on the top of the box. It says rack. Alright, so moment of truth. I've been very excited for this. The final Velcro tab will be opening today. And there we have them. There is our Darth Maul Sith Apprentice. We got a nice picture on the inside as well, along with his blurb. And yeah, there he is. So yeah, let's crack him out of his box and take a closer look. Really excited for this last figure. Alright, we have freed the Sith Apprentice. Definitely one of my favourite of all of the comics was the Sith Apprentice. I love seeing Darth Maul become who he is. We've seen tons of cool customs for this figure, recreating the Clone Wars look with the spider style metal legs, but yeah, this thing is just so incredible. I mean, from a customization standpoint, there is a lot you can do this guy, but obviously I'd be keeping him the way he is because I'm not talented enough, but I think I would either way because just such a cool look for Darth Maul. I mean, obviously one of the coolest things about Darth Maul is his black tattooing, black skin detail, and so yeah, absolutely excited to have this in the collection. We've got another red double-sided lightsaber, really cool. Let's take a look at our Darth Maul. Start where we usually do with the accessory. We've got the double-sided lightsaber. So like the Diamond Select lightsaber, and I think all Darth Maul lightsabers do this, it splits off into two, so you can have him dual wield it, which I do think is a really cool look for Darth Maul to have two lightsabers. There also looks to be a peg here, so you might be able to put this somewhere on him. But if we put that together, there is the iconic red Darth Maul lightsaber. It's got the translucent ends, which I absolutely love about the Black Series lightsabers, which makes them look even more realistic. And yeah, there's some really good paint detailing on here, as obviously we've come to expect. Like I said, the figure lightsabers always knock it right out of the park. There is a bit of an ugly seam line right there at the front of the lightsaber, but from afar you can hardly tell, which is the thing that counts because it is a figure. So let's take a look at Darth Maul. Alright, so here is our Apprentice Maul. Really cool, sinister looking snarl there on his face. Got some really close detail in there with the Sith eyes and the dirty teeth, which is kind of on brand for Darth Maul. Head spikes looking really clean, to be fair. I mean, obviously it's hard to paint at such a close angle. So to be fair, they knocked the spikes out of the park there. I'm not really seeing too much paint bleeding up close, which is nice to see because it is definitely easy to do. Yeah, really good face here for Darth Maul. Really like the expression, showing off a bit of teeth. And yeah, the black paint on the face looks really well done. So yeah, really impressed because I was quite worried that there might be a fair bit of paint bleeding, but yeah, got away with it. What's going on the chest and arms as well as the back. We've got the black distinctive markings of Darth Maul all the way around, and yeah, this is definitely a really cool figure. We've got the black belt holding on his skirt, his like war skirt, I guess you could call it, his training skirt. Really cool looking, and some shiny black boots. So yeah, this is the Sith Apprentice Darth Maul. Really cool to have a shirtless Darth Maul figure. Definitely showing off his sweet ripped abs. So yeah, really big fan of this figure. I knew this would definitely be my favourite ever since I first saw it release. Knew I had to make a video on the news drop-in, and then yeah, this has been a couple months in the making, but we finally have it here in hand, and I am super impressed with the quality and detail of this. Really well done, and a super sick box to go with it. So let's get his lightsaber in hand and take a finished look at our Darth Maul. Really quick, I did find the hole where you can plug in the lightsaber. Obviously, if you take out the red end, you can make it look like he's just got his lightsaber connected to his belt, which is quite a cool look. There you go. So yeah, if you take out the red end, it'd look a lot cooler. And also probably wouldn't fall out. So I ended up posing the lightsaber how he holds it there on the front of the box. I feel like that is a solid look for Darth Maul. showing off both ends of his lightsaber, looking real intimidating. And yeah, there is a complete look at our Darth Maul. Impressed with the figure. Like I said, the paint detailing on it is crazy cool, and they did a super good job. Right, so there is a look at all 4 of our figures together. Again, this is a great set, the first ever full wave of a figure I've ever bought. It was cheaper to get all 4 of them together, and the only one I was kind of iffy on was Luke Skywalker, but seeing it in person, it is definitely a cool figure. You know, sometimes simple is better in certain cases, and yeah, really dig all 4 of these figures, especially the Sith Apprentice Darth Maul, of course, because he's my favourite, but the Jaxxon will probably definitely haunt my nightmares as we go on. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like below, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Oh, fuck off, Jaxxon, you little fucking rabbit prick.